Hello everyone. In this video, we will be learning about the layout of a questionnaire. Well, what will be the layout of a questionnaire? That depends on type of the questionnaire and type of the research conducted. However, we should generally remember that questionnaire should not be overcrowded. You should not have too many questions or too many texts in one page. You should have sufficient margin in each side, and you should not have questions like starting in one page and finishing in another page. Your questions should start and end in the same page, and you should not have too long questions or covering more than one issues. Rather, you should split your questions as much as possible to make it simple, and also like you should keep your questions as short as possible. It's also important that you write down a catchy, attractive questionnaire title, because the questionnaire title is the first thing that will attract your respondents. Now, to attract your respondent, you need to keep several things in your mind, that how to attract your respondents. It's not necessary that you will attract all the respondents in the same way. Sometimes you may try to attract respondents by appealing to the respondent's ego. Sometimes you may emphasize on confidentiality of the study. Sometimes you may attract your respondents through stating that it's an interesting study. Or sometimes you may attract your respondents by emphasizing on the importance of the research. Let me give you some example. Let's say you provide a title to a questionnaire, that a questionnaire of top business executives of Australia. So in this case, you are trying to attract your respondents by appealing to the respondent's ego, because you are recognizing your respondents that they are top business executives in Australia. Okay. You provide a title that a confidential survey of physicians. So in this case, you are emphasizing confidentiality of the study. You provide a title that a nationwide survey of blood donors. So you emphasize on the importance of the research, that it's a blood donor and it's a research conducted all over the country. A title can be a survey of frequent internet users. So in this case, you are attracting respondents by emphasizing on their interest. Now, as far as the layout is concerned, let me say a few sentences about internet questionnaires, because that's the most common type of questionnaires used nowadays. We generally use graphical user interface software to design an internet questionnaire. The layout for internet questionnaire can be two types. One is paging layout, another is scrolling layout. You can use paging layout when your questionnaire goes from one page to another, one page to next page, or another page when respondents keep answering the question. And the scrolling layout is all the questions appear in one page and respondents keep scrolling to answer the next question. An internet questionnaire, we use push button, status bar, radio button, and so on. A push button is generally a button that is used by respondents to submit or to provide an action. A status bar generally shows at the top of the screen, and that shows the percentage of the survey has been completed. Radio button is generally a circular button. When you select this button, it activates and other being deactivated. Sometimes there can be drop-down boxes, check boxes, open-ended boxes, pop-up boxes, and so on. It's not necessary that you have to use all of them, but just you can use them. You can have a drop-down box that generally does not appear, so it appears when respondents need them. And check boxes generally have a small boxes where if respondents click, then the answer is provided. And open-ended boxes, it might appear if respondent wants to provide an open-ended answer. Pop-up boxes might appear with some information on it. So this is the end of these learning objective. Please see the next video for the last learning objective of this chapter. Thank you.